So I got home yesterday from Texas, and I want to share this with you. I was actually listening to an audiobook by Rick Renner, and he was introduced to me by a guy named Lenny Weishart years ago, and he's an evangelist guy, friend of mine, but phenomenal, like a tremendous Bible expositor. Anyway, so I'm listening to this book by him, so I'll give him props. But he was talking about James 3:16 in one of his books. And he was dealing with church leadership and that kind of stuff. And the Lord just spoke to me. And it was about the state of our country. And I've just been so grieved. And I think most people have that I talk to. But I've just been so grieved about what's going on in the political leadership of our country. It's there's just so much ungodliness, not only in terms of how they relate to one another, but some of the laws that are being passed, some of the, whether it's about sexuality stuff, whether it's about abortion, just policies. There's just so much that's coming down the pipeline that just, that doesn't have to do with Jesus. It's even anti-Jesus, most of it. And it's been that way for a long time, so it's not just like one, it's not like we've had, two different parties and one was Christian. There's issues there. So this is not a political thing, but it is a political thing at the same time, because I was reading James 3:16, and I just want to go through this with you. Listen to this. James 3:16, James writes, "For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice." There's four aspects to this verse that's huge. Wherever you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice. Let's look at these words. So the idea of envy comes from the Greek word zealous, and I'm just got some notes here I'm going to read for you. Envy is a demonic trait suggested in temptation by the enemy. So envy is never used as a good thing in the scriptures. It's always demonic, always suggested by the enemy. Those who fall victim to this temptation become consumed with their own self-centered evil desires to the exclusion of all others. So the idea of envy, whether you want something, whether you desire something tangible, a position, whatever, it is a self-centered demonic desire that excludes others. It's I want this for me, kind of an idea. And it's interesting that when you're looking at that in the political realm, we have people that want power. We have people that have ideas, and there's no unity. There's no coming together. There's no give and take. It's my way or the highway kind of a thing. That leads to strife, is what James says, and it says, envy leads to disunity, okay, and ultimately strife. And strife is used in the New Testament. It comes from the Greek word aletheia, and it's always cautioned against because strife in the body creates division. And so it's interesting, though, if you take this word and you look at it outside of the New Testament, this is from the Strong's, Enhanced Strong's Lexicon. You can go back and look at this yourself through that. But it is found before New Testament times only in Aristotle, where it denotes a self-seeking pursuit of political office by unfair means. So this is a demonic trait that manifests in the political realm and leadership realm. And that's Aristotle writes that. And it's affirmed in the New Testament. So that's kind of the nature of strife. It manifests in leadership. So envy from leaders manifests in strife among leadership. What's most important is strife produces, because he says, the verse reads, for where you have envy and selfish ambition, okay, strife, this kind of contention from self-centered desires, there you find disorder and every evil practice. So literally, those kind of people in leadership kind of produce this environment where two things take place. One is disorder, and the Greek word there literally means chaos. It's just chaos. And also, it is and I wrote it this way: the Greek grammatical construction describes the result of a context where evil flourishes in every conceivable way. And what the Holy Spirit was just really revealing to me when I was, just processing this verse driving down the road, is that, ungodly leadership, we see it in the political realm, but ungodly leadership in churches, in businesses as well, produces this environment of chaos and disorder where just evil flourishes, and we see our world. People, I'm almost 50 years old. I've never seen our world like it is today. There's just every form of wickedness is becoming normalized, and it's a result of the leadership of our country. And I was praying over this, and I'm like, of course, the big question is, what do we do? And the biggest thing that you and I cannot do is participate. You just cannot participate. You cannot participate in the strife. You can't get on social media. We can't get on social media and participate in that. And just, we have to pray. And more than anything is we cannot let that into our homes. Because everyone who's a mom or a dad is a leader. So you cannot let that in your home. You can't let that in your workplace, and you can't participate in it. Because it'll just produce. That's what envy and strife produce. So I hope that's helpful. God's really stirring that in my heart, not just to not only not participate in it, but to not allow that in my home.